Bruce Stayer was a lumberjack. He loved the outdoors and working with his hands. One day during his shift, there was an accident that ended in Bruce being paralyzed. He asked his brother Tim, a savant in the study of neuroanatomy and neuroscience, to end his life. But his brother gave him another route to take. He was working with a team of scientists on a new technology to not only build a superhuman body, but to successfully transplant a human brain into the body. They were successful with animals, but had yet to try it on a human specimen. Feeling as if he had nothing left to lose, Bruce agreed to the procedure. A week later, he was prepped for surgery, and the experiment was a success. Everything in his body, even down to a genetic level, was enhanced and more durable than that of an average human body. Through study, they discovered that he surpassed all expectations. He was able to run at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour and jump almost 2 stories high, had an instant reaction time, and could run at full speed for hours before needing to take a rest. He was also capable of lifting over 20 times the weight of normal muscle tissue before the tissue would begin to tear. The most dangerous of the tests he did to himself. Curious about the extent of his durability, he took a 9mm handgun and shot it directly into his left shoulder. The bone did not break and there was some bruising, but the bullet did not penetrate the skin. 2 days after his brother went public with the successful transplant, Bruce was attacked by unknown assailants. They were no match for him, of course. They expected their target to be weak and frail from the procedure, and were unaware that he had become a human wrecking ball. After the attack, he immediately went to check on his brother. He was not at the lab, but his body was found in a lake the next morning. In the week that followed, his brother's associates all mysteriously died, and all of the lab equipment was destroyed, with all of this taking place within a week of each other. After Bruce's brother went public, Aiden had been visiting this existence for over a year, and was naturally curious about this breakthrough. Then all the deaths and disappearances happened, and then watched on television of Bruce going to the press about what was happening. This resulted in Aiden going from curious to suspicious about what was going on. As Bruce was making the preparations with his mother for his brother's funeral, he noticed Aiden following him. Feeling the need to attack now then ask later, he threw the suspicious person into the sewer, where they fought for a minute but eventually came to an understanding. But Bruce, without realizing the cost of his actions, gave the unknown assailants a witness-free opportunity to attack again. They did come better equipped this time, but once again they underestimated who they were up against, this time when it came to Aiden and what he was capable of. After the fight, Bruce, now with a powerful ally by his side, was able to carry on with the funeral safely. Then he shifted his attention towards coming up with a plan to find out who was behind these murders. Bruce and Aiden eventually located the one most directly responsible for the attacks. They began to shut down the operation but ran into many obstacles along the way. The one responsible was a woman by the name of Devra Galen, the owner of a multi-billion-dollar corporation of which Bruce and Aiden discovered would approach a group with a scientific breakthrough, and if they wouldn't or could not buy the idea, would shut down or even eradicate the group and take the idea by force. Through several months of planning, meticulous executions of manipulation, and anonymous tips to government officials who were not already owned by Devra, they were successful in shutting down the murderous company and its associates. Even Devra was sentenced to life in prison for her crimes, which included the mysterious death of her own father, in order to take possession of the company in the first place. A month later, Devra was assisted by mysterious individuals possessing technology that made them invisible, and disappeared without a trace, no doubt conspiring revenge against those who ruined her life. But Bruce and Aiden were unable to locate her whereabouts and eventually gave up, knowing that she would eventually resurface someday. 2 years have passed since Aiden assisted Bruce, and now Aiden has come to Bruce asking for help in stopping the extinction of an entire civilization on another Earth. Bruce accepts his good friend's plea without hesitation. End of Character Backstory 2. If you guys enjoy this type of content as much as I enjoy making it, then please let me know by leaving a like or a comment on this video. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next character backstory, and a share would be very helpful to the growth of the channel. And that will wrap it up for this video. See you on the next one. Later.